Hi, in today's video I'm going to show you how to stay more relaxed when you're hitting the ball and the reason why you might muscle up and not as fluent and consistent with your strokes. So let's get started with some tips. The first one to look for is that you have a correct size of a grip. If it's too small, you have to hold too tight. If it's too big, it will be wobbly in your hand. And all those things might increase the chances of a tennis elbow. So what is the correct size? Well, if you grip a racket like this and you have a index finger, if it fits between your inside here, it's a perfect size. If it's too big, you see I can have two fingers between here, then it's too big. So this is a perfect grip. I can fit one finger in between my fingertips and palm. And this one is too small. You see I can't fit in the fingers in between here. First step is to use the correct size of grip. The second one I see a lot of people do is gripping a racket too tight. What will happen then when we hit it will stuck here and then it go. So you go. So you have to stay loose on the grip. From 1 to 10, you should hold like a 4. And you don't want to be too loose either, because then it will look like this. But if I see somebody holding too tight on grip, one exercise or drill I use is letting them play only hold racket with those 3 fingers here. So those 3 first ones, those 2 outside. So I make them, I toss the ball to them and they hit their forehand. And now they get the sensation of holding a racket a bit looser. Yes, it might be too loose, but then I tell them, okay, you hold the same with all fingers. And most times it looks much better, much more fluent. So if you're gripping too tight, use 3 fingers, but don't rally because that ball might be too hard for you. So have somebody toss the ball in front of you. Same thing you can do with the serve. If you're holding too tight. Another reason, a most common reason, is that you're not breathing correctly when you're making your forehand, backhand, serve volleys. So the technique there is to breathe in, breathe out. So you're running, you have a U-turn, ball just before ball bounce, you have the preparation. At this point you go, so inhale and exhale. A couple of tips I use on my students there is every time they're going to hit the ball, they have to say, yes, yes. Because then they have to breathe out. And it also helps me as a coach to see if I'm doing correctly. Another tip is to blow up your cheeks like a balloon, going. So blow up your cheeks like a balloon. I've seen Roddick, he used to do that. So you go. So try that one. It might help you as well. So when you're breathing out, you would be more relaxed when you're hitting here. The muscles in the body would be more relaxed. If you're holding your breath, it would be a and you will be muscling the ball. So make sure you're breathing out. You do the same thing when you're weightlifting. That's how you get so much more power. You can lift heavier. And that's the reason some of the players grunt. And I know that's a problem for some of my players. It's embarrassing to do. So these 2 tips might help that player to breathe during the strokes. So as I said, you start inhale. As soon as you see the ball is about to bounce, and you have it prepared, and then you go, blow up your cheeks. Then you go down here and ready to get into the contact zone. You want to breathe out. So you want to breathe through the contact zone. If you do this, you will get much more power, topspin, consistency, all the above. Your strokes will be much more efficient. And lastly, you need to change your grip regularly. I see a lot of my students are coming with like supposed to be white, but it's black or brown now. And what will happen then is very slippery. So they have to hold the racket tighter, not to lose the racket. So make sure you have fresh overgrips or undergrips on